So,
Well, it's not something that you probably would think about roasting. That
right.
makes total sense. Yeah. So salt, pepper. Now here's what's a little bit different. These are cardamom pods.
Okay.
Cardamom pods.
Okay.
Now, when you buy them, if you buy them this way,
Okay.
they look like these little hard seeds. I will tell you, when you use cardamom, if it's not something you're used to the first time you use it, you're going to be like, oh, because it's very astringent. It's got
Okay.
a almost medicinal, but when it roasts and it cooks, it adds to the flavor. So you got to
Okay.
trust me on this.
All right.
So I actually toasted those last
Okay.
night in my pan because I didn't want
Okay.
them hot. And then I love a mortar and pestle, but you can either use a mortar and pestle if you want, and I think we may have one on our store, or use an old coffee grinder and to do all your seeds and herbs. And what I did is I just ground them, and they're
Okay.
already toasted.
Okay.
And I need about, let me check my list here because you don't want to overdo this. I will tell you.
Okay.
This is about a teaspoon. But there's something interesting about the flavor of cardamom. And it is definitely a flavor you will find in Asia, in East Asia especially. But if it's not something you're familiar with, I think when people go like, it doesn't necessarily resonate. Uh, Ooh, I want to try that. But I'm telling
Okay,
you, when it
Frank.
gets roasted, it's great.
Frank,
Go
Kat
ahead.
says show me that salt pepper pen.
Oh, isn't that great?
I didn't even know what he was talking about, but whatever that is looks really cool. Okay. And then Chris says it sounds incredible, and Grub Match is here.
There you go. All right. So in our carrots, because I'm trying to get them while they're roasting, what I did is it's salt, pepper, cardamom, and cumin. Now
Okay.
what I do is I buy cumin already toasted, but
Okay.
in this jar I take it and I or already ground, and I toasted some last night because I didn't have much, so I just
Okay.
put it back in its jar. Cumin, which now cumin I do love to smell, so I do use cumin a lot,
Now that's
especially in chilies.
that's when I buy whole and put it in the molcajete. Okay.
Yep, in the molcajete.
Which is
Yep.
just like a mortar and pestle. You could use the same thing.
Oh, totally, totally.
Yeah.
And then in your foil pan, I'm gonna add. Okay, I'm doing it because it's for people and you're watching. About
And they
two
want to know the
healthy,
exact measurement.
and it will be up on the website. But it's about two healthy gloves of a good
Okay.
olive oil. But I'll be honest, if you can't use olive oil or you don't like olive oil, you can use any oil you want. I'll be
Okay.
honest, I've used several different types.
Okay.
Um,
Ashton is
and
here. Hello, Ashton.
Hey, Ashton, thanks for joining. So we've got, so just
Andrea.
to recap, we have olive oil, cumin, cardamom, salt, pepper, carrots, an extra sweet potato, and ginger, real ginger. Now, if you don't have real ginger, guess what? You can use ground ginger. It doesn't
Ground
matter.
ginger.
Yeah, totally, totally. And
What
I'm
is
gonna
that,
add
honey?
honey.
Ah, okay.
Now, I particularly like clover honey. You can use
Okay.
whatever local honey works for you. The amount of honey in this is about a tablespoon. So I'm just doing my thing here, doing my thing. Again, these recipes, this kind of recipe is really subjective to your flavor palette. You like less cumin, use less. You like more honey and you want it sweeter, use more. It's really going to be your particular kind of where you are with things. So now
Flavors.
everything is in here. Yeah, it's your flavor palette. But I
Okay.
think sometimes we see a recipe where we want to be so adherent to it that we're afraid to touch it. And this is
Okay.
one that make it the first time and then experiment. The nice thing about it, after you roast it and you put them in the machine, you can still add more flavor. So
Right.
don't be afraid. You can under flavor, taste it, and then go from there.
Right.
Now, if you want a kind of a mellow flavor, seal your foil. Seal it really well, let it steam. If you want a little more roasted flavor, don't seal it so much.
Okay.
Leave a little bit more air so
Okay.
that all of the oven, because I'm putting it in the oven at about 375. I'm gonna just give it a little bit of a massage. Again, no
Oh yeah.
pail, no pan. I'm
Okay.
just putting this just like this. And then I will put this on a sheet pan and I'm going to throw this in the oven so that I can get this in. And then we'll start. While I do that, how about talking about grub match and our grub match coming up?
All right. Well, you guys are all watching Food Talk TV, and this is the only place you can watch Grub Match, which is a live cooking competition show every Monday at 8 Central. Last week we had an ingredient of cereal. Next week our ingredient is maple syrup. So you can watch the past Grub Match on YouTube. You can vote at foodtalktv.com, and if you cook and you have 1,000 followers, you can sign up to cook against me as well. Oh my gosh, I wasn't ready for that one. I wasn't ready for the
All right.
commercial. I'm
It's
still thinking
okay.
about the hummus, you know? Uh,
Yeah, I tell you, this is one of my favorite, and you can use it in so many things. All right. Everybody know that there are lots of different types of cucumbers, right? And yes, this is going to be one of those 10-second ones.
okay.
This is an English cucumber.
That's the one I use.
This is what we have mostly in the States.
Okay.
The biggest difference, other than obvious size,
Right.
this one has seeds that you want to take out. Not everybody likes the seeds. They can be bitter. This one, you can eat the whole thing. This has wax on it. Wax on, wax
Wax
off.
off. Yeah.
So the other ones and these often come in your store in a plastic cover because they aren't waxed for protection. So this is often used is called English cucumbers. The other one that I really love are Persian cucumbers, which look more like a pickle.
They're smaller. I was going to say, yeah.
They're smaller, they're easy to work with. But what I want to do is for today's lunch, I am going to do a quick something we had growing up all the time is a quick little pickle, cucumber pickle. Now, this is a little bit different. In my bowl, and yes, it's my pink lock and lock, there are ice cubes.
Okay.
Okay? I have ice cubes in here.
Okay.
I'm
This
just
is
doing.
so interesting.
Don't ask, when my mom would make this, and I would be like, why do you put the ice cubes in it? She goes, don't ask me those questions. But then I realized why. If I put the water in it, it dilutes too much. The ice cubes keep the cucumber super, super cold when you add the other ingredients.
Okay.
Made total sense. Even if I use cold water and throw it in the refrigerator, it never comes out the same. Now, so I have 3 or 4 ice cubes in the bottom of my bowl here. I'm just doing a really simple. Now, you want to have these, have them. We like them whole. I like them whole because I will sometimes put them on sandwiches. But we make this. If I have no vegetables around, I'll just make one of these with a steak or with burgers or something like that. A little bit of salt.
Okay, wait a minute. Now I just saw that little pen thing in action. I like that. I feel like I need it now,
Kaz, let's put these up on the Amazon storefront because they come with one for pepper and one for salt, and I love them. And you fill them; they travel well, and they're inexpensive enough that if you're having a little dinner party with a long table, you could buy several sets.
Okay.
All right. So to my cucumbers here, my English cucumbers, as you notice, I didn't peel them, didn't do anything to them. I'm adding three teaspoons, maybe 4 teaspoons. It's winter still of sugar. Sugar's going to give me some sweetness, okay?
Okay.
And then, now this is the piece you get to choose. Any vinegar you want. I use white vinegar. I'm not a big fan of red wine vinegar, except in salads. In this case, I like a nice, simple white vinegar. And where is oh, there they are. And my red pepper flakes, and that's it. This is done.
Okay.
And I will make this. I might make this a half an hour to 2 hours. I've made this for picnics. I do this all the time. The nice thing is it travels well. You could even make this the night before. I've added carrots to this because I happen to like marinated carrots, and that's what it's going to look like. And literally, You just want to put it in something, and I'm just gonna let it do its thing. You could put a little
Okay.
more water in here. I'm not doing anything but this, and it's just gonna give it a quick cure. I'm not boiling anything. It's just a simple, fresh, bright salad to kind of go
Okay.
with today's meal. All right, that's out of the way. So far we've got carrots roasting. Give me a heads up at about 20 minutes so
Okay.
I don't forget them. All right, this is gonna
Are
be
you asking me? That would be like 2:35. Okay.
whatever's on your clock,
Okay.
20 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so now let's talk about the next dish. I came across these roll ups. Gosh, when did I come across these roll ups? Probably 20 years ago, I came across this recipe,
Okay.
and it's been one of my favorite recipes. And I think it's a favorite of mine because it's so surprising that people don't expect it. You can make lots of these at once, which is nice. They're
Okay.
simple and they're not as egg heavy as you might anticipate. So first thing we're going to
Okay.
do now, you will be using. Let me get this out of the way so I don't end up wearing something. Just you get to choose the tortilla of your choice. The size doesn't matter, and I've actually made these with the gluten free, the keto
Okay.
versions.
All
But I
right.
want to take a couple out as an example.
Hey,
Matter
Frank,
of
I
fact,
have one question for you. Where is your
mhm,
apron?
it's in the other room, and I had
You
washed
know
them,
what?
and
I watched while you wore that, and I love that apron.
I do. It is a fun apron.
Yeah.
I pulled it out, and I didn't. I washed everything, and of course, what did I forget to do? All right. So in your bowl, I'm going to use about 2 eggs. With the eggs, this is not going to be an egg heavy roll up, okay? So if you're
Okay.
thinking, oh, because I with this I can actually do, depending on the size of the tortilla and the pan, quite a few of them.
Okay.
Um, so put your eggs in there. I would say I always started with two because I'm never cooking just for me. Here's the difference. You're going to put water in there, but you're going to put a lot more water than you think.
Okay.
Probably about 3 tablespoons is what I would suggest.
Okay. Hello, Melissa Turner. Ashton says she needs a grill like that. Everyone does, Ashton.
I'm telling. I have two. I love them so much. And
I
and
have
St.
one and I
Patrick's
haven't
Day
used
is
it.
St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Everything's getting made on this outside. I don't want no
Okay.
smell. All right.
There we go. Okay.
I made I made fried turkey cutlets and gravy the other day because I had a craving, and then I had to smell fried foods in my kitchen for 4 days. Not doing that again. All right, not in a while. All right, and and corned beef and cabbage is even more, is richer smell. All right, so
Okay.
now I just took my 2 eggs, a little salt and pepper. That's really all I'm going to put in here. But you'll see it's very light. It's very liquidy. This is not going to
Okay.
be a
I
thick,
see
thick
that.
egg dish.
Right, right. Okay.
You want a skillet that is Teflon coated so that it's non-stick. You can put a
Sounds
little butter; doesn't really matter. I will often put a little bit of olive oil on there just because I like it, and sometimes I'll add a little butter.
okay.
Check my heat here. It doesn't need high heat. And what I will normally do, if I'm going to make these for a brunch, I will actually get 3 or 4 pans out because
Okay.
I want to be able to do several of them at the same time, have
Okay.
several ready to go. This is the size
Okay.
that I'm using as a ladle. It
Okay.
is, I don't know what the actual size is. When I put the recipe up there,
It's
I
a
will
little
do that.
ladle.
It's a little ladle. It's a
The
gravy ladle.
littlest the littlest ladle, okay? That's the size.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the size.
I think that's actually those little soup. I have one of those too, like for serving, like a
Yeah.
buffet server kind of. Yeah.
All right. It's one ladle full, and all I'm doing, it's a very thin line of egg,
Okay.
and the tortilla goes in and press.
Okay.
Press it into the egg. Now, like pancakes, that first one, you're always going to have to
Right.
Sometimes you
Right.
need a little bit more, sometimes you want a less. But what I am doing, and the whole object of this is I am pressing the tortilla
Okay.
into the egg. Because what I wanted to
Okay.
do is I want the egg to actually become one with the tortilla. And
Okay.
you'll know when it is, and you can actually use residual heat. You don't even have to be on the heat the whole time. But
Okay.
you'll
Okay.
know when you're getting close, and it only takes a few seconds when now you've got egg and it's on the bottom.
Okay.
But what happens is the egg now sort of adheres to the tortilla. I
Okay.
flip it over once, just like that,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna put it out, and I would put it on a board. Maybe make 2 or 3 of these. I like to be able to
Okay.
use them when they're soft, so I don't want them to get
Okay.
cold. So do the same thing here again. Just take off a little residual.
Chris says he loves this. Me too.
Now, you know what? If you want to put a little bit more egg, put a little more egg on there. Nobody, I mean, you're the
Okay.
boss, really. The idea is you want to make sure you spread it. If you have a crooked house like I do, you want to, try and get it a little bit, even, and then get that tortilla. Now, I had I was going to buy the small versions too, but then I
Okay.
realized I can, if I have somebody at home that if I give him a choice, he will eat tortillas 3 times a day with burritos and quesadillas. And, we're still trying to get that COVID weight off. So I'm trying to be a little bit better.
Not too many tortillas. Well, you could maybe substitute corn tortillas. Those are a little bit less fattening.
True.
I'm just
Unfortunately, with
saying.
corn tortillas, they don't get soft enough. And I
I
love corn
know they
tortillas.
don't. They don't. So you
All right.
sacrifice,
So,
right?
all right. Let's see
So
if I
you
can
have
do this.
Cindy04AZ says, I love your table cover, Frank.
Oh, I love my paisley one. See how that looks? That's where you
Yes.
want to be. All right.
Beautiful. Okay.
So the other one should be just a little bit warmer. I move it out of the way.
Okay.
I'm putting this on Sherry's mat that she gave me
Okay.
for a hot top with one of her recipes. And so 2 eggs with this size tortilla is going to make 3 of these
Okay.
roll-ups.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to knock out my last one. So this doesn't take long. I mean, if you had if you had a tray, you could be knocking a bunch of these out. And this is actually a lot of fun to do with kids because what'll happen is it's an interactive activity. So you could be making them. Of course, you want to make sure the ones the kids make for themselves, they do their thing. All right. So now the last one is going to be wrapping up in a minute. I'm turn my
Okay.
heat off.
Gina Mazzanti says hi. And then Ashton said carbs don't make you gain weight. It's calories.
Well,
I think
it's
there's more
often what
calories in a flour tortilla than a corn tortilla, but
Well, it's a combination. I think generally, if I have something with carbs, there's chances are it's other stuff I shouldn't be eating with it.
yeah,
I
right,
love
right.
my carbs, there's just not going to happen. All right. So that last one is doing its thing. What I'm now is just doing some julienne of a orange pepper. This doesn't matter what pepper, I'll be honest. I bought it
Okay.
because of the color, and I'm
I
going to
was
want
gonna
some of
say
those.
it's such a beautiful color. It's gonna contrast really nicely in that wrap, and it also matches your paisley table cover.
I love
So
this cover, and this cover
there's
is
that.
wash and
Yeah,
wear. It doesn't stain, which is always an issue when you're
right.
cooking. But I love it. It was an Amazon thing. It was not that expensive. All right,
Melissa
so
Turner says, Frank, you should do a video on the flower arrangements. They add so much to your lives. I know, right? I love
uh,
Frank's space. It's so gorgeous.
all right.
I love
When
to
you
be in the box in Frank's space because I feel like I'm in that quaint little, perfect little room. It's so nice.
Thank you. I like
Yeah,
cooking back here. I actually found myself cooking back here the other day for no reason at all, just because I could.
because it's
All right.
gorgeous. Yeah.
So here's how you make them:
Okay.
hoisin sauce.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Hoisin sauce. Not a
Good
lot,
start.
just a little bit of a line. Now, I like hoisin sauce, so this is about what I would do. And I'm going to actually try and make two of these at the same time since I have
Okay.
two of them in front of me. You like it, you like less, do less. You want more, do more. It's really your choice. While I turn my back, do a
We have
little
a
roll
comment
on
here.
my.
We have a comment from Beth VIG. I don't know how to say it, but it says, I need to lose 30 pounds and I love carbs so much.
Well, I tell you,
I
you know,
think
they've
that's
got
everyone's
the.
story.
Yeah, and they have the gluten-free version of these that you can buy that are cheese-based. Um, I love them. They don't always love me, but I do love them, and they work as well. Now, I'm going to put two types of onions in this because I happen to
Hi,
like,
Ashley.
um, both a green onion and a scallion. You
Okay.
get to choose which one you like. I just like the crunch, the little extra crunch.
Okay.
Put this here. I got to get that out of the way. All right, so that's done. So then I'm going to add, and if you looked at our 10-second cooking school and you want to know how to find out if that avocado is ripe, there's one of those in our cooking school as well.
And you can see 10-second cooking school on Food Talk TV right
Hmm.
here. Okay. If you're not following, give us a follow. And also, if you click the individual creators, I think a lot of us have those on our page when
Yeah,
we
there's
started.
something fun that Kaz really got us inspired to do. They're
I
fun.
know
I'll
it's so
actually be
fun.
doing one today, and I've done a couple that I was really surprised that even my friends were like, "Oh my God, that's such a great idea." Oh,
Right.
okay. So I'm gonna put. I love avocado, so you put what you think. I think a couple good slices. I want to taste it.
Yeah, that
Now
is looking so fresh.
there is no rhyme or reason to the order that I'm putting. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's going to
Okay.
be breakfast tomorrow too. Um, there is no rhyme or reason on the order of what I'm putting here,
Okay.
technically, except for this,
Except.
because I'm going to use ham that I've already
Okay.
julienned, just regular
Okay.
old. In this case, it's a ham off the bone type of ham from the deli,
Okay.
and that's salty. Hoisin sauce is salty, so I want to put the ham toward the bottom. You want
Okay.
this meat free? Make it meat free. Um, and remember, another 10-second cooking class is this parsley or cilantro? That's another one. In this case, this is parsley. I do use parsley in my cooking like a leaf, like a vegetable. I don't only use it for chopping and flavoring. I actually make salads out of them because I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. So now gently, you
The
take
Righteous
your.
Kitchen says ham off the bone is the best in the deli.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite, I'll be honest. So now I've got my roll up. Now, if you were
Okay.
using the super small, if you were using like the small tortillas, or the taco style, these would be a great size to use. They'll be
Okay.
much smaller and it will give you more. This is my our lunch here today, so I made them lunch size.
Lunch size. Yeah.
Lunch size. And I think the average, if I were going to make them this way, I think because this is going to go with some other stuff, one to two of these is fine. But look how
So
quick.
that was
Always, now while they're warm, put them seam side down. So I'll do another one real quick.
okay. You have a question here. Just joined. What are you making? Do you want to say it?
Sure. We've got carrots roasting in the oven for a roasted hummus. We have a quick cure cucumber salad, which has already been cured. And right now I am making a super simple warm roll up. And what makes these roll ups a little different is I actually put egg at the bottom of the pan, loose egg, it's egg and water. And then I put the tortilla in the egg so that it actually glues together while it's doing its thing, so that I could actually roll it. So it's not going to be, if you put a thick layer of egg, it's going to be hard to roll. This just gives you a little bit of flavor, a little bit of egginess to it. And literally, you could knock out a bunch of these really easy. You could do these early. You could do these like that morning if you chose to. Easy enough. And I'm gonna actually show you what one looks like inside.
Deanna Smith, hello. And someone here is asking, where is your avocado video, or where is that video at? Is it on your
Uh,
page?
it's no that the Sherry did the
Sherry
10
did the
second. I
avocado.
think that yeah. All
Um,
right. So there is our quick roll ups.
Beautiful.
And you can make these super diet friendly. All right. That's the nice thing about them. Whatever your particular meal preference is, these are adaptable. All right. Now, let
Hey,
me.
Chris. Wait, let me ask Chris here. Chris, can you type in Sherry's page for the video, the avocado video, and also Food Talk TV? Can you just type it in here? But Food Talk TV, we're right here at the upper corner. If you follow, you can see a lot of those 10-second videos. They will be on our page if they're not already.
All right. So now I'm going to do a little dipping sauce for this.
Okay.
Now, because I have hoisin sauce in there,
Okay.
I'm going to start with about a spoonful of hoisin sauce. I'm a big hoisin sauce fan, so I can never have too much of it.
Hey,
I also
Frank,
have.
there's a legitimate question for you, and I know why, because you have such a gorgeous background. Are those veggies homegrown?
No, I live in San Francisco, and trying to grow anything homegrown, the only thing I can grow in that backyard are tomatoes
Okay.
and weeds.
Well, let me tell you,
I'll be honest.
your little area makes it look like your veggies are probably more than likely homegrown.
No, but I
It's an
do try and
illusion.
go to the. It is an illusion. I do try and go to the farmer's market when I can, quite frankly. I
Yes.
do like
Okay.
to go to
Okay.
the farmer's market. But the thing with farmer's market, you have to be ready to use those ingredients up. It's
You
not the
really
kind of
do.
thing, yeah, you can't, they don't, it's just not, they're not designed that way
Right.
to
Right.
hang out. All right. So in this bowl is my dipping sauce. And I put essentially equal parts of uh, mango chutney,
Oh, ooh.
ground mustard, hoisin sauce, and a little bit of a little bit sweeter apricot preserves or marmalade.
Ooh. I like that.
And then,
Delicious. Is it delicious?
yeah,
Yes.
it's got a little bit of a bite, but not much.
Okay.
It's just enough to have a nice flavor.
Okay.
So now that my dipping sauce for these are done, I'm just going to leave this here so I don't wear it, which is likely to be the
Okay. And
case.
you have 2 minutes
All right, let's
left,
go
or
on
a
to the
minute
next
left
one.
to your 20 minutes.
Perfect.
About a
That
minute.
actually is right on time then.
Okay, good.
So, anybody know what this is?
I have no idea.
Dandelion greens.
I was gonna say dandelion, and I was like, I don't want to look like a fool.
Dandelion greens are this great, underrated green. Not a lot of people grew up with it. I grew up with it, and I had rinsed these last night, and they're on the bitter spectrum. So, this is the time of year you'll find them even at your traditional grocery store.
Okay.
They're sometimes buried in either the organic section or you'll see them at farmers markets.
Okay.
So I cleaned them and I'm just now kind of picking through it. And I thought because this is a very rich dish as well, even in its simplicity, I wanted to be able to have something different to go on top of all of this. So I'm going to move this over.
OG
here.
Mama D says dandelion is super healthy, great for your kidneys. I drink dandelion.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dandelion is super, super healthy for you.
Defo Streetery, hola. He says, I love those greens. Chris
now,
says his
if you have
made wine out of dandelion.
Wine, and actually, interestingly enough, the dandelion, all parts of the dandelion are edible. Even that part that we grow up as kids. So I thought, what a fun, it's a little bit different. Now it's very peppery, it's very bitter.
Okay.
So the dressing that will go in this has to accommodate that.
Okay.
And it's a very, very simple dressing. I'm just making
Okay.
this look pretty because I'm going to use this as the base for everything.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to go. And while you do an intro maybe about
All right.
looking for those brown parts on Food Talk while I go get the rest of
Yeah, sure.
the
Okay,
stuff.
first of all, I've been reading all your comments. I just couldn't read everything, but welcome in everybody. I see you all talking. You are watching Food Talk TV. Please give us a follow if you're not. Today we have Frank Mentor SF cooking us up an amazing lunch. Okay. You can we are on all social media, and if you missed any part of this, it'll replay on Facebook and YouTube. So we also have Grub Match every Monday. It's the only cooking competition show on TikTok. So you can see that also on YouTube. Oh my gosh, why am I so tongue tied? I was sick for a little bit and I was like, I'm out of practice. I got out of practice. But anyway, Ashley Turner, did I say hello to you? I know Ashton was in here a bit ago saying a few things. I couldn't get everybody's comments, but thank you all for watching us around. Right now we've got Frank taking some hummus out of the oven that he made with carrots. It's got sweet potato, ginger, honey. What else? Garlic. Here it comes.
Garlic, ginger. So what is happening right now is my roasted carrots, and I had a sweet potato, so I threw them in. I
Oh, it's
got
so
some
beautiful. Beautiful. How does it smell?
incredible. The
Oh
first
my
thing you
gosh.
realize when it opens up is this vibrant,
Yes.
super
I'm imagining the ginger roasted. Oh my gosh.
oh, it's an incredible waft of flavor. It's like,
Okay.
what is this smell? So
Okay.
now I'm gonna just, these are hot.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move this onto my, and the roasting is good. These are soft, they're not
Okay.
burnt. Now I could char them and be very happy having them charred. It would not be a
Okay.
problem. I actually like charred. Matter of fact, if the weather was nicer, I probably would have done all of this outside. But
Okay.
since we don't have the nicest kind of day today, I decided to just do everything inside.
Okay.
All right, let's put the hummus together really quick. You can do this by hand. You can do
Okay.
this. I'll be honest. I often do this with my. I have a one of the Ninja machines,
Okay. Oh, the
but
little. Okay.
the
Right.
blender
Right.
Ninjas are great, but I think that there's such a challenge to get the hummus out that
Okay.
I switched over to this more. Everything goes in. Whatever liquids seeped out, everything goes in.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, folks, these carrots were washed, but they were not peeled. You do not need to peel your carrots all the time. There's garlic, there's ginger, there's cumin, there's
Make it
cardamom.
easy.
Right,
Ooh.
make it totally easy. Now, what else am I going to throw in here? I got to make sure because I promised that I wouldn't forget anything. So these baked about 20 minutes. If you wanted to, and I had pre-cooked them in the microwave earlier, but if you want to do this, I would say do 20 minutes, shake them around, and then another 20 minutes in the oven if you're going to do the whole thing that way. So now we're going to do a little bit of
Lemon.
lemon.
Of course.
Of
Oh my
course,
gosh.
because you need some lemon, you need some brightness. But guess what? This is going to be one of my other ones. If you're trying to measure your lemon zest, don't do it this way. Do it upside down.
Okay.
Because now I can
There you
see
go.
how much
Oh my
zest is
goodness. Okay.
actually in my
There you go.
my
Okay.
plain.
Okay.
Now in this case, I'm going lemon forward. It's basically
Okay.
all of the zest of a whole lemon, trying
Okay.
not to get. Now I know I also have a very hard hand, so I have to work hard not to get too much pith out. But
Okay.
I want to get, if I'm only going to get composted, I might as well get as much as I can.
Okay. I like that lemon forward. That sounds so extra. I
And
like that.
I'm putting the juice of about a half of the lemon in it.
Okay.
I have more if I need more, but I
Okay.
don't want to overwhelm it.
Okay.
All right. So then I'm going to add now, what else goes in here? I've got oil, lemon. Aha. That goes
Chris says
in.
he likes lemon forward too. He likes it too.
I don't blame you. Sesame seeds. I roasted some
Oh,
sesame seeds last night. And I'm
okay.
going to put about half of what I roasted, which is about maybe 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
Totally by choice, totally, how you want to move this forward. It's
Okay.
literally up to you.
Okay.
And then, did I forget
I love
anything?
sesame.
Yes, I did. Where's my other
What
jar?
are you making? He is making a hummus right now. It's mainly carrot, but then he's got ginger, garlic, lemon, some olive oil, some cardamom, some sesame seed. Oh my goodness. What else? What did I miss?
Ginger,
It was
garlic, lemon.
ginger.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you got most of that.
You said
And
sweet
now,
potato, a little bit of sweet potato.
yeah, I had a leftover sweet potato soup. You can really put anything you want in this. It's on the sweet side anyhow. You can make it much more savory. It's totally up to you.
Okay.
All right. Now, I also have, because I buy this on a regular basis, is tahini. Tahini is a sesame.
Oh yes.
Now, the one I buy, this one it separates, so I have to give it a little bit of love first.
Okay. Okay.
And if you don't have this and you don't want to go out and buy this, you can use peanut butter.
You're right.
It just gives you that little bit of extra flavor. And I love
Extra.
peanut.
It gives you the extra.
It's an extra. This is all about extra, but let me make sure I know how
Right. Right.
much goes in here on the tahini. It's about a tablespoon.
Auntie
Okay, good.
Libby, hello.
So I'm going to do a tablespoon. I happen to be using a soup tablespoon, so it's not the real
Okay.
measure. But
Okay.
again, I'm measuring with love.
Right. There you go. The
And
only measurement that counts.
I think so, because sometimes it just doesn't matter. Some things Kaz did a really good live the other day where he was talking how using the same batters you can use them, and that when you're working with baking products, the recipe is the recipe, but depending on the weather, the kind of flour, you may have to add more, you may have to add less.
Right.
Same thing here. You may make something and think it's a little too forward, it's a little too strong for you. All right, change it up. Don't be afraid. All right. And you'll notice I put the whole roasted ginger in there, the garlic pieces, it's all going in.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I want to taste that so bad.
Now, this is still warm, which is always its own special kind of challenge. If you want it a little thinner, if you're feeling like it's getting a little too thick,
All right. I said I want to taste that so bad, and you've got some comments in here. Everybody wants to taste it so bad. That looks so
I'm going to
amazing.
put
You
a
know what?
little bit of sesame oil
Oh
toward the
my God,
end
sesame
because
oil.
sesame
I
oil
have all
isn't
those
one you want to
ingredients, Frank. I have all those ingredients except cardamom. I don't even have cardamom in any form.
Don't worry about it. If you don't have cardamom, you will not sacrifice it.
Okay, okay. And it's so bright and pretty, so colorful.
It's very orange. If you don't
Yeah, it
like
looks
orange,
beautiful. I love orange. I have orange Crocs.
I have the original Rachel Ray orange baking set. I'm going to put a little more sesame seeds in here. And put a little bit more olive oil. I want it a little bit thinner.
Okay.
And I like the flavor of olive oil.
Me too.
I
Chris
think I
says
want a
this
little
is
bit
giving
more.
fall vibes.
I'm going to put a little bit more ginger in, but I'm using a paste
Tina
ginger
Mazzanti
that
says, me too, Frank. You too like olive oil? Me too, Frank.
Oh, I do. I do. I love going to
Melissa
olive oil
Turner says
tasting.
she loves carrots and she's totally making this. I know, me too. Frank, what are you going to be dipping in there, or what are you doing with it? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to show you right now.
Okay, okay, I can't wait.
All right. So you can make this as thick and chunky as you please. I'm going to
Okay,
show you. So what I did is I want it dippable. Okay. I want it
okay.
to have texture
Oh my
when
gosh, that
I,
looks
when
so.
I, okay, this is worth staining my mustache for. That's all I got to
Okay,
say.
okay. There's the seal of approval. It's worth staining his mustache for. It got the seal of approval. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
because it
That's
will
it.
stain my mustache.
We
All
all have
right.
to make this.
So what would I plan to dip in this? Well,
Yes, that's what
I'm
I
going to
want to know.
use some vegetables
Okay,
that I have, I have leftover vegetables.
okay,
You could use any kind of, you can also use um, pita. You could use crackers.
okay,
Now, I'm not going to peel this cucumber because there
okay,
isn't a lot of it I'm using.
okay,
I actually never had an issue with the wax cucumber.
okay.
But if I were gonna like do a whole meal with this or prepare something with it, I probably would
Right,
peel it,
right.
just to
I
make
think
it a
it's
little
okay for
easier.
dipping, though. It's okay. It gives a little crunch.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole idea. All right,
Right.
so that's done. So I'm keeping it easy with my plate here. So what do I
Okay.
have left to fix? And then I'm going to show you how to finish this whole thing off.
I think it's Chris. He said he needs a fainting emoji. I know. Or at least we need a stained beard emoji, Frank, right? Now
Oh
we
my
need
God,
that.
the stain. There are certain foods I cannot eat in public because they stain the gray beard. All right, now I got to make a quick dressing. Now remember, we're using dandelion greens. Dandelion greens need fat and they need
Okay.
acid in order to balance
Okay.
them, and they need sugar. So for
Okay.
this, I am going to use olive oil. Now I'm going to use my
Okay.
red wine vinegar.
Okay.
It doesn't need to have a lot, but I want some. I'm going to go back for my lemon juice.
Okay.
Squeeze in some lemon juice here. About a half.
Deanna Smith says thud. I know, right?
You can use Dijon mustard.
Okay.
I like Dijon, but I have to say it's not one that I gravitate toward a lot. So I tend to
Okay.
use a stone ground style one.
I like stone ground.
Um, Salt.
Okay. I need that. I need that, Frank. You sold me.
Well, I have a big one. It's just I forget to use it, and this a friend gave me, and I like it.
I like that.
All right, a super simple dressing. Nothing,
Okay. It looks
and
so good.
matter of fact, this would be just as good if you were going to use oranges as a citrus, but you want the citrus, you want the fat, because you want to
Okay.
cut the sharpness of the greens.
Okay. Okay.
And the mustard, of course, will emulsify it so that it stays together. All right,
Right.
dressing is in here. Put your leaves in.
I want to be in that room with you right now. Okay. I have
All
to
right.
say, I'm so hungry. It looks so good.
Now I'm just going to put these. What
Beautiful.
I did is I just dressed the leaves in the bowl because I wanted to be able to not have them sitting in a dressing. And if I have extra, I can have extra. But I just think
Right.
it's if these greens need all that fat. So with dandelions, I would do it this way versus kind of pouring it in
Over.
because
Okay.
I don't want to take a bite of, I get every single one of these in. Now, my
Beautiful.
household, they don't know they're going to be eating weeds. They don't know. They did not
Surprise.
grow up. Yeah, they don't. This is not something that they grew up with. So this is something
Okay.
a little bit newer for them. So
Okay.
now I've got my greens, and of course my hands are dirty.
That's
I'm going to
beautiful.
put my roll up.
Oh,
And put my roll up on it.
beautiful.
There. Now, as I said, you can serve the hummus totally, totally as a dip in its own bowl.
Okay.
Totally makes sense. Why should I? Why do I want to dirty? As I look for my other bowl, why do I want to dirty yet another bowl?
You
So
don't.
so think of it as an alternative to tuna fish.
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
Of course, I should have probably used a bigger spoon, but I got my plop there. And in this case, I left a few bigger chunks of carrots in there because, again, I want this. Let's take that off before I wear it.
The Righteous Kitchen says she would add some pomegranate to the top of that salad.
Righteous Kitchen, you and me would be great friends because I will throw pomegranate and pomegranate syrup in everything. Matter of fact, anything I stew or bake long term with beef, I put pomegranate syrup in. So
Oh,
now
wow.
I'm putting some sesame seeds. I'm also adding some. Remember, sesame seeds are fatty, so they'll go right on the salad nicely.
That
I'm
is
gonna
so
put
gorgeous, Frank. That's so beautiful.
gonna
And
take
all the flavors
some.
that are in every single thing. Oh my God.
Put my oranges, my orangey
Beautiful.
those. Now I'm gonna take just a little bit of green onions or scallions, whatever you have handy.
Chris says beautiful. So does Righteous Kitchen says beautiful, outstanding. It is. It looks so gorgeous.
I know you all are expecting me to do my sausage and stuff like that, but I can eat meat free or meat limited. Although I will tell you, I have made a version of this where I used bacon chips on it. Just saying,
Oh,
and I
okay.
might have, I might have made the eggs in bacon grease, but today I was going a little bit different.
Gina Mazzanti
Just put
says
some
yum,
chives in
yum,
there.
yum.
I love chives.
Beth VIG says what a beautiful, lovely dish.
Whoop!
Oh,
I
Moses
get
says
so
great job,
excited.
Frank. Melissa Turner
I get
says
so
it's
excited.
gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful.
All right, now I got my tomatoes
Oh,
because I
it's
need
so
a little bit of
colorful.
red. Did I forget anything in my little vegetable bit? Oh yeah, I do. I got it
Are
right
you
here.
trying to
And
match your paisley cover? That's what I want to know.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never think
Let
that
me tell you,
low.
that plate is just as gorgeous as paisley. It's beautiful.
Well,
It's so
spring
colorful
is
and
coming.
beautiful.
I'm tired of the rain. I'm tired of it being cold. So I wanted to do a little extra. Well, and any excuse to
Beautiful.
eat avocado.
There you go. I can eat avocado and on and with or by itself at any time.
Oh, totally. So can I. I got some avocado on there now. Let me
Beautiful.
see what I am missing. Let's
Chris says,
see.
"Is your cafe in your back room open?"
That's what it feels like some days.
Right?
All right. I made some toasts. So our carby people
Nice.
that I would, because I
Fancy.
also know that I've got guacamole or avocado. So what's nice on an avocado would be a little bit of toast. So you have some
There you
toast
go.
strips, and that's just sourdough that I toasted.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about your cucumbers. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're not done yet here. Oh my goodness. And I bet you
Now
those
I'm going
things
to
are so
take them out. I don't want the ice cubes.
beautiful. Beautiful.
All right, so now I got my cucumber salad on here. And
That is
then
gorgeous.
the last piece of this would be
Frank, the Righteous Kitchen says, now you're just showing off, okay?
no, it's just a salad. Look, if I'm
I
going to try
agree,
and eat a
Righteous
little bit
Kitchen.
healthier,
I
if
think
I'm going
he's
to
just
try
showing
and
off
eat,
now.
no.
That is beautiful, Frank. Really, it's
You know what?
just beautiful.
I am the last person to tell anybody to eat healthy, but when I want to, I can.
Right.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody on either side of our spectrum,
Here we go.
is an
There we
early
go.
spring lunch. So
That is
we have our
beautiful.
egg and vegetable roll-ups. We have a carrot ginger hummus with
Oh my
garlic
God.
and a little sweet potato and cumin and cardamom. We have our vegetables left over on the side. We also have our quick pickled cucumbers. And underneath all of that, we have a quick dressed dandelion salad. And of
Oh my,
course, our quick dipping sauce. And there you
that's
have it.
beautiful.
Lunch. Spring is coming and it's 12:56. It's time to have lunch.
Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, perfect.
All right. What do y'all think? I want to know who's willing to try this, even though it's something that they've never had, like cardamom or all of these other flavors.
The Righteous Kitchen says she'll be making that spread. Chris said yes. I'm not vegetarian, but I promise that looks really good. Well, he has ham in his roll up. I mean,
Yeah, there's
just saying.
ham in the roll up. It's not
Yeah,
100% vegetarian.
I'm so hungry. I will. Moses said I will. Deanna
And
Smith said, "Oh, I'm making that hummus." Me too. Melissa
it's
Turner said
super
yes.
adaptable. It keeps well. It's not, it's not something that, as you notice, what I just did is I put a little bit more. I put some light brown sugar in it just now in this
Okay.
that I'm going to add into it. I didn't do it all the time because not everybody likes that sweet. I happen to be okay with it.
So
Yeah,
it
this
seems
is
like
super easy
everybody in
lunch.
here is willing to try this.
I will put this up in the next few days. Try it.
Okay.
We have, remember, on in the kitchen, our food blog, we have the comments turned on. You can give comments. You can tell us what you substituted out. You can give us information
Or
if you
if you
try
make this,
something.
yeah,
Yeah, let us
yeah.
know. Let us know. The blog is searchable,
If you
so
make this,
you can.
leave a comment.
Yeah, leave the comments. We want you to hear. Even if it doesn't turn out. Sometimes I'll try and work with somebody. I'm sorry, that's so good.
Sherry, I bet.
About
Now you're
how
just
I can.
teasing us,
It's
okay?
really, really
First you're showing
ridiculously
off,
good.
then you're just teasing
It's
us,
really
you
good.
know?
It's really, let me tell you, it's really good. And if you're not somebody who even digs vegetables, um, as a matter of fact, I've made this for kids, and then I put it in like little kids' pails with a little kid shovel, and they ate it, and they had no idea. You could have
Yeah,
put any other vegetable in there; they'd never know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
Sherry. Hello, Sherry. You missed it, but he said his hummus is so good it's worth staining his beard for.
here, Sherry, lunch is ready.
Beautiful,
All right,
beautiful.
everybody. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for being on my live. Thanks to all of our TikTok creators. Remember, Food Talk TV is a multi-platform entertainment and cooking group. We're a collective. We all participate. We go live every single day, but you can also find us on all the major platforms on socials: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. YouTube has all of our lives within a few days up archive-wise. We have our blog. We have a full website. And of course, thank you to my inbox guests. Normally we have Sherry in here, but today we also have Trisha back. Trisha is the hostess and the challenge queen of our grub match, which is just I have to cut my nails because it just the anxiety of watching them make this happen. And I'm very excited about the new contestants. You can watch those on YouTube as well. You can go to the website. All this information is on foodtalktv.com. So with that, have a great lunch. Have a great visit.
It was
I'll see
fun,
you
Frank.
next week. Thanks. Thanks, Trish. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Thanks, everybody
Thanks.
who joined us. Bye.